Pencils down. That's it.
Do it.
Pencil
Do it.
down.
Look at this.
Pencil
Look at that.
down.
There's a pencil there. He's doing it so well.
Right.
Your mind thinks there's a pencil
You
there.
see it because I'm not doing this. I'm not closing it.
No.
Right? It's
You're
closed
putting some space
over.
in there. Look at that.
Closed
See?
over a pencil.
And
right
then,
there.
that's
Pencils down.
high-level space work.
I'm going to need to find my
High-level
fucking
space
pencil.
work.
Thank you, Eddie. I'm going to need to find my fucking pencil, though. That's the bad
I got a
part.
pencil. I got a pencil.
Where is it? Where is it? Is it up or is it?
Right there. And
Is it?
it's down.
It's down. It's down. There it
Pencils
is.
are
Ramble
down.
378 is
Pencils.
already in the books. We did it.
Are down.
Um,
Took a little while to get to there, but that's one of our longer rambles because we were trying to find a pencil.
right. The pencil down. That was
But-
that
So
probably.
that's one of the longer rambles.
Is this the longest ramble we've had in Ramble history?
Might be. Might be the longest
Is it
ramble we've
the
ever had.
man? Is it? It is man. Okay, so before we get really going,
Sure.
can I just say
Yeah.
I don't seem as crazy now for wanting Mike McCarthy gone the second he got to Dallas. I don't seem
There was-
as.
You were always anti-Mike McCarthy because you knew what was coming.
And this is it. It's
Yeah. This is what you get.
And I'm trying to talk shit. I told you this over the phone. I put you guys in there too. There's like 8 or 9 NFL teams that should always be striving for more than just, hey, we had a good regular season.
We
And
got
the
the
Cowboys
playoffs.
are one of them. The Cowboys are one of those teams. I'm not saying they deserve it. I didn't. Don't say that. I'm just saying they are a team that should. You get what I mean?
Sure.
It's Steelers, Niners, Cowboys, Raiders, Commanders, Giants. Maybe who else? Who else is in there? The Dolphins? Probably the Dolphins
Maybe the
should always be pretty
Dolphins
good.
I think Dolphins are like a second tier with the Bears. I think those should be around.
Dolphins are the Packers. The Packers should always be
Packers
really
should be up
good.
there. Sure.
Packers
sure.
should always be really good.
Chiefs.
I'm not. Chiefs are the Chiefs should be.
Chiefs are
you
usually
know.
pretty good.
And we both agreed that the Patriots are in the second tier only because Belichick and Brady put them there.
Well,
Like,
because no one
that's-
gave a fuck about them until Brady came. Until Brady and
Right. Belichick worked their magic.
Belichick. No one gave a
could
shit about the
fuck,
Patriots.
ever.
Patriots
And they-
fans didn't give a shit about the Patriots.
They didn't. They were
Boston
third, they
fans,
were
it was Red Sox, Celtics, Bruins, and the Patriots.
Patriots.
That all flipped.
Absolutely. Yes.
But pre-1999 or 2000 or 2001 when they won.
no
it's-
question. No question. And now, so I just want to let you know that here's why I've been fuck Mike McCarthy for what, 4 years now?
4 years.
I've been like, this guy, I don't want him. I don't want
And as
him.
of this
I don't want him.
podcast, still the head coach of your Dallas
As of this
Cowboys.
podcast,
As of
this
podcast.
motherfucker still has a job. That in the NFL, it is fucking insane. That guy should be gone. Like, that was, okay. Well, Mr. Football told you what was going to happen, but
Yes.
I, before this game started,
Yeah.
I took off my Mr. Football hat, and I thought I was worried. I'm not going to lie,
Yeah.
but here's what I was worried about. I was worried, Eddie, that this was going to be a game that was far closer than it needed to be. Does that make sense?
Right.
I
Right,
saw
right, right, yeah.
Dallas winning like 24-21. You know what I mean? Something
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Sure.
what the fuck?
Right.
At home in the first round against a team
Right.
that you're favored by more than a touchdown. That's what I
Yeah.
was worried about. I knew the game was over the second Green Bay did their first drive and got a touchdown. I'm like, I texted my buddy, we're done. I literally,
over.
and I said, it's
Right.
over. The season
Yeah.
is ended. We're
Sure.
done. And and I think that's all on the coach. 90% on the coach. When you
Yeah.
have a team that's so unprepared that they one opening drive touchdown and they're done. And they won.
We had this.
That was
I think
it.
they're not built to be smashed in the mouth and continue
No.
a game. They're built to okay, we're the Cowboys. We're going to get up. We have so much speed and talent on offense. We're
Yep.
going to get up on you by 7 or 14 points. You're going to have to not run the ball. You're going to throw to try to catch up, and we're just going to.
We'll gamble on defense and grab a few interceptions.
And Micah Parsons can just pin his ears back
Yeah.
and go.
Yep.
But when they get down
they
and
fold.
someone's running the football on them, they They have no. They're not built to come back.
They fold instantly. It's a fucking nightmare. And I was like,
and
fuck.
Then Micah Parsons has to go record a podcast about it and talk shit to everybody.
In the middle of it. He's got to go make sure he got his podcast ready. Maddening. It was fucking... And I should have known. Can I tell you my drive over to... So I drove to El Paso. I had gigs in El Paso this weekend.
Sure.
Shout out to the comic strip in El Paso. Shout out to all the comics I got to see and work with. It was a fucking great, great time.
Nice.
I took the electric car. I took Andrea's father's
the Ford Mustang
Mach-E.
electric car.
Yeah, which it's her dad's. He was like, yeah, take it. I'm like, if I get pulled over, I'm fucked. If I get into a wreck, I'm fucked. It's like, you're you Harlan? Like, yeah, I'm a Harlan. Get the fuck out. Yeah, so it was it was dicey. But I took it, and it was, let me tell you, man. Let me start by saying this. The first place I charged it was in the desert.
Sure.
Like
well,
outside.
Yeah, there's not much between here and El Paso, but desert.
Yeah, outside Palm Springs area, right?
Okay.
Andre is asleep, so I can say this. If she listens, I just have to call it like it is.
Yeah. Well, you
can. I think you feel that's what we do. We owe the truth.
We owe the truth.
Imagine the meth head pussy we could get. There were 2 women who came up to me, asked me for 56 cents or some shit.
Oh, dude.
And I was like,
earn that 56 cents.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
I would have. Let me just tell you, if you and I lived in those desert towns, the meth head pussy. How much pussy does $5 get us?
Oh my god!
I mean, how much pussy?
We're good till like May, maybe June.
Woo! I was charging up the car, going, God damn.
Just let Andrea know anytime she wants to mouth off. Hey, I can go to.
I could go. I could be in Indio in an hour and a half.
I can get some 56-cent meth pussy if I want it.
Pussy right now. Right now. And I'm proud I'm not a psycho, Eddie, because had I been a psycho, I would have done it. I'd have been like, oh yeah, well, I'll suck my dick. I'll give you $5.
Well, in India once.
Yeah. Oh fuck! And then dude.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, just fine.
Just fine, because I realized my microphone's not plugged in. So I guess I'm talking through the laptop mic.
It sounds good.
Well, it sounds good. Then we'll leave it that way. And
it really does. I got to be honest.
Yeah,
leave it for show. You sound good. You sound good. I mean, it's
right.
Now. Yeah, maybe move a little closer to the laptop.
I'll scoot it.
And that's good. Yeah. Oh,
right.
There it is. You sound great.
If you can hear me, just know that I forgot to plug in the microphone.
There it is. And then now with the Mach-E, they have their own built-in navigation system on their fucking touch screen, on the little screen thing.
Sure.
And it was telling me where to go charge up next, right? So I stayed with some friends in Phoenix. My old lit teacher in high school. Him and his wife live in Phoenix. It was awesome. I got to see them.
They run a brothel there, right? They run
a heavy brothel. They were like literally dragging out prostitutes they murdered because they didn't,
Right. They get past their expiration date and
it's bye-bye.
They want to hang around and you just gotta off them. Bring in the new ones.
So I was coming in through that. And I'm leaving Phoenix in the morning, and I'm getting close to Tucson, and it's like, it's time to charge up. I had like maybe 45 miles left.
Sure.
Until it was going to go on empty. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I follow this fucking navigation thing, and it takes me to this place right outside of Tucson. And it's like, you're here. It was a dirt road, a crossroads in the middle of nowhere, and there was nothing. I was waiting for the devil. Like, I thought, okay, does the devil come and I sell
when does
my
Ralph
soul?
Macchio show up?
Yeah, Ralph Macchio and the devil come. Steve Vai and the devil come and fill up my tank. They recharge my battery if I sell my soul. I was like, what the fuck? There was nothing there. It was an
so
empty,
it directed you to this spot where there's nothing.
like outside of Eloy, Arizona. This empty fucking. And then so I was like, okay, and then so I finally make it with like 8 miles left to an outlet mall outside of Tucson. Charge up, and then what I did was I said, "Fuck off" to the built-in navigation thing in the car.
Sure.
I just did the Apple Maps, and the Apple Maps talks to the car. And it's like, okay, you're driving a Mustang Mach-E, and it goes, here's the next place, and it's perfect. And it tells you what your battery will be at 22% when you get to this place. And it's on the nose. It's fucking great. And so I did that. But then I make it to Lordsburg, New Mexico.
Never been there.
Ooh, you've driven through, I bet. You've driven through to El Paso. It's right
I've gone
there.
Through
so
Tucumcari.
Oh yeah. So maybe you've gone the other way. So this was Lordsburg, and I'm charging up in Lordsburg, and right as I pull up to charge, a fucking sleet storm hits. Oh. And I'm like, oh fuck! And I'm going, and the thing is not connecting to my car. It's like, try again, and I'm just getting pelted with ice. And it's like, try again. I'm like, this fucking thing. Try again. And then finally I got it to work. Oh god! And then the Borg I dropped while it was charging.
Oh, I can't
imagine. Blew Lordsburg up. So I finally make it.
It would have made the skipper proud.
Oh, the skipper would have been. He would have shed a tear. So I make it to El Paso.
He would have done what's his face in Rudy. He's just like
Charles Dutton. Rock.
The Rock. Just stand at the stall, at the entrance of the stall. Just
Absolutely. And then so I get to the hotel in like the middle of the night. Or not in the middle of the night. I get to the hotel in the middle of the night after the first show. So I get to El Paso Thursday, do the show because I had to charge up my car. So I go to and dude, this was scary. So it was like I saw a Walmart that was like a mile away, and I'm like, okay. And my battery, I leave the club, it's at 5%. Oh. And I'm like, oh shit, oh god. And it can make a mile. It said it had 4 miles to go or some shit. And I get to that Walmart. And I'm like, where the fuck is the charging station? And I knew if I turned it off to go inside and ask and then turn it back on, it wouldn't start back up. So luckily a fucking employee comes walking out, and I just drive up. I'm like, I'm sorry, where are the charging stations? He goes, oh, that's at the next Walmart down. It's like it's about another 1.5 miles. And I'm like, oh god! And so I'm getting, and I'm at 2% when I pull up to that Walmart's charging station, and I charge. Everything is great. I get to the hotel now. It's late, and I'm of course already checked in, and I'm talking to the guy, and I found like a parking spot right by the hotel sign, but there's also what looks like some construction dumpsters right next to me.
Yeah.
And so I tell the guy, I'm like, dude, can I park there? He goes, nah, I wouldn't mess with you because you can technically, but the workers are going to be coming and going. They might ding your car tomorrow morning unless you get up at like 5 a.m. to move it. And I'm like, yeah, I won't do that. And he goes, park and handicap. I won't say nothing. And I was like, oh, thanks, officer, not a cop. Yeah, it's that easy. Yeah, oh, sure. Yeah, I'll just do that. Yeah, I'll just park it. Oh, yeah.
There's no handicap markings on the vehicle, so sure.
Yeah, I'll just leave it there overnight, officer, not a cop. Thanks for the advice. The balls on that. And he was a weird-looking dude. I don't want to be mean, but he was an odd-looking guy. And then I finally, I was just imagining when I came in from parking, like after he just emphatically told me to park in handicap, I was half expecting to walk back in and just see that he hung himself at the front. Like, his body is just there. Just like, what the fuck just happened?
But he was masturbating. He didn't kill himself.
Yes, he had the fucking, he did the jerk off with the asphyxiation. It's like, it's just a puddle of jizz around him. And then so, dude, on the way back, I had to charge up in Benson, Arizona.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. You or I, very confident, could run that place.
Okay.
Like if we moved there,
should we move there and like co-mayor?
We would literally, it would be, you could trump that fucking place in 5 minutes and just pull it. I'm going to be prom king for life. You know what I mean? Like just every year I'm the prom king. Life. Mayor for life. I'm going to be elected prom king for the next 40 years. But finally made it back, Eddie.
So it sounds super stressful to drive this electric car.
No, not until I put that app in. It was great because then here's the. Okay, you want to tell you what's not stressful?
Yeah.
You want to tell you what's not stressful?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
All right, right. Hold on.
All right. I'm holding on. What's not stressful? What could it be?
You get to the good news is, and here's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Most of the charging stations are in shopping areas.
Sure.
So I get to go to you walk around for half an hour, and it's great because you get out of the car, you walk around. The trip takes about 2 hours longer than it normally should, but I get to walk around and I go to Walmart and get a fucking Master Splinter.
Shit.
With the fucking come on.
Damn. I didn't know that was out.
Me neither. Benson, Arizona, the Walmart the town we could have run.
We'd have so much toy and poon. It would be nuts.
Oh. So anyway, it was and then of course the cowboy debacle, which I didn't see coming. What, did Mr. Football see it coming?
Mr. Football did see it coming. He did.
Wow. When did you get this message from Mr. Football? Because I black out when I'm Mr. Football. I don't. You know what I mean? I black out.
You sent
and then
me
Mr.
this
Football
one. This
takes
was,
over.
I believe,
it's like Moon Knight.
This was, I believe, when Bill Parcells joined the Cowboys.
Yeah. Yes.
What was that? 2003.
Right, the Julius Jones era when Julius Jones was our running back.
He had Quincy Carter.
This was before Vinny Testaverde came.
Yes, because Parcells came from the Jets and brought in Testaverde.
Yeah. This was before he brought in Testaverde.
And I got this slip of paper in a fortune cookie.
That's crazy.
Because this is again another time you've done this to me, and I didn't even know you at the time. We hadn't met yet.
Right. We were probably almost a decade from meeting.
Yeah. It was weird because I was I opened the fortune cookie. I remember Tracy and I, we had gotten Chinese food at this place called Green Tea, which used to be right on Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, there it is.
And there was, I usually don't even eat the fortune cookie. I usually don't get them.
Of course.
So I did, and then this one, I decided, okay, I felt weird, so I opened it up and I ate it.
Yeah.
And this is the fortune that came.
Wow.
I pulled it out.
That's a lot of stuff inside a cookie that Mr. Football did, by the way.
Yeah, and it was shocking for two reasons. Not because of what you did Mr. Football-wise, but it was also on the hotel station area I'm staying at right now.
That's crazy.
The signature buildings at the MGM,
That's
which,
crazy.
if I'm not mistaken, wasn't even built.
I don't think they were built at this point. Right, absolutely. Yeah. No, Mr. Football, come on, man. I have my ways. We're back from technical difficulties you didn't even know happened.
Right? You didn't even know because the magic of editing.
The magic of editing. Now we were again. You open this fortune cookie,
right? From written on note paper, from a hotel that I'm staying at right now.
Incredible.
The signature
that we don't even think was built by the time.
Wasn't even built by the time.
Probably.
And you just simply stated Cowboys lose 48-32.
There it is.
I didn't even.
Mr.
I didn't even know what game you were talking about.
You know how much that hurt Mr. Football to have to say that about his beloved
I can't
team?
even imagine.
The
I didn't even know what game you were talking about until the final score on Saturday. I'm
imagine
like,
the pain
holy
of
shit.
Mr. Football. Right. Imagine. By the way, we're already at almost 18 minutes. Do we just go ahead and pretend you can hear the music? We pretend Cody was here.
You can hear it.
Pretend Cody was here, and we do the song. You ready?
He snowed in Iowa, I think.
He snowed in Iowa. He had to make sure that Trump won that caucus.
He was stuffing some paper bags.
Yeah, he had to get 14% of the Republicans in Iowa made sure they came out to vote, and now they're pretending it was a landslide. Cody had to make sure that he got those 14% of Iowa Republicans to go vote. Now they're pretending.
I like how they're all think every election's rigged, but that's a caucus is literally an old lady walking around with a grocery bag and people writing a name and throwing it into it. That's cool. That's not
cool.
You can't
not
rig that
at
shit.
All. Fucking morons. I love how fucking dumb they are. Anyway, pretend Cody was here. Pretend you're hearing the theme song. And if you know the words, Eddie, sing along. Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. And don't imagine you're too familiar and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We could have never come this far. I took the good times. I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are. There we are. Bam. Ramble. Ramble 378. Matlock 4000. What we're already calling it. But real quick, do we now look. All right. I think I have a new segment I'm ready to introduce to the Ramble. And I'm surprising you with this. Is that fair?
Okay.
Done dirty or needed to happen?
Okay.
Do you like the done dirty?
Done dirty or
did it need to happen? Does that make sense? And I'm going to start with the Shakespeare character Falstaff. Are you familiar with your Shakespeare?
A little bit. Not super, but I'm enough.
He was in the 2 Henry IV plays. I think he was in Merry Wives of Windsor. He was like kind of a comic relief guy. But then Orson Welles makes what I think is his second best film behind Transformers, the animated movie, is Orson Welles makes Chimes at Midnight, where he just took all those Shakespeare plays and put them together to make one story about Falstaff.
Right.
And Falstaff is Prince Hal, who becomes Henry V, right? Mm-hmm. Prince Hal, when he's Prince Hal, he kind of hangs around friends in low places, as Garth Brooks would say.
Sure.
Falstaff was his friend in low places.
Got it.
And Falstaff, kind of a ne'er-do-well, right? And Orson Welles plays him fucking brilliantly. And then, not as good as Unicron. Let's not get crazy. And then at the end of Chimes at Midnight, I believe it's from Henry IV Part 2. So Prince Hal is becoming Henry V. And Falstaff is so excited because he's like, oh my God, I'm a lord now. Right? He's like De Niro and Goodfellas. I'm a made guy now. Now that Joe Pesci's made, we're made.
I'm good. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna be a made guy. This is it. My best friend is king, and he disrupts the coronation. Runs in and he's like, King. He's like, come on. Like it's me. I'm so proud of you. And then
let's break shit up. Yeah.
And the guy just keeps walking. And then balloons. And then Orson Welles, he just delivers the most heart-wrenching, the way he's like begging. He's like, I speak to thee, my heart. And then the king turns around, Eddie, and he just goes, I know thee not, old man. Like,
Ooh.
But then it ends
Yeah.
where it's told that he became a great and just king. So my question is, was Falstaff done dirty or did it need to happen? Is this...
to answer this, on my perspective on answering this, it depends on of course, whose point of view you're looking at.
Right. I think you're just the watcher, if you're just
the watcher, then it needed to happen.
I think you're right. I agree. I think it because a friend of the Ramble, Tom Bissell, I was talking to him about this, and he thinks Falstaff is just a metaphor for refusing to grow up. And Hal needed to quit being a fuck up. He needed to hang around fuck ups. He's the king now. Right. And so he has to say goodbye.
He's responsible for his kingdom. He's got to.
And you can't be hanging around with Johnny Dipshit anymore. And
from that perspective, yes, it needed to happen.
I said that we're going from the Watcher perspective only.
From the Watcher perspective.
It needed to happen.
Perspective.
He was done dirty.
He was done fucking dirty.
Way dirty.
That's your boy.
That's your boy being like, I don't know you.
That's like say you get like a 10-picture deal with fucking Universal Studios.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, Jared.
Hey, I'm like, I know thee not, Mr. Pence. And I just walk over.
You're from your perspective, from the Watcher perspective, Jerry's got to move forward.
It's the worst.
Jerry's got a future wife and possibly children in the future. He's got to take care of his family. But
it's so fucking, dude. The way Orson Welles shoots that scene, Eddie, it's one of the all-time gut punches in cinema history. You know what I mean? Like, it is just like, oh. You just feel it's like The Simpsons. Like, look, pause it. This is a moment when you see his heart break. Like, you see his entire heart just hit his stomach, Orson Welles, when the guy's like, I know thee not, old man. And you're like, God, you didn't have to do him like this. Jesus, it was, whew. But you say, but I think you're right. If it's the Watcher watching, it had to happen. It had to happen.
Jesus.
Right. So, this is all full of behind the curtain technical difficulties. I say we just keep all this part in.
We might have
me going, oh fuck, I lost you, Eddie. Is Eddie even there?
Just to show the Ramblers what we do.
What we do for you, yes,
in a semi-timely manner.
So, you think if you're the Watcher, this guy, it needed to happen
because he's got to run the kingdom.
Yeah, but man, it's such a gut punch the way Wells shoots it and acts it and everything.
Over. How is he going to run the kingdom with his buddy? Him and they're going to fucking roll
dice
behind the throne. What are they doing? You got to change.
Now, I brought this up on my stream, and I asked the same thing. And Born to Run, Anthony Born to Run Flores had a good point. I'm like, couldn't you just give him a castle? Just make him a lord and tell him to fuck off. But then Born to Run was like, yeah, but you know he's going to start calling once a month for some favor or some bullshit.
And the shit he's going to pull on his little plot of land where he's the Lord, he's going to be doing some nefarious shit.
That's right. You can't have it. It's going to look bad for you.
It's going to look bad for you, and it's going to, at some point he's going to maybe piss off a neighboring kingdom.
Right.
And then like, hey, they're talking shit. Let's go get them. And you're like, I'm not starting a war.
What do you do? He becomes the guy in Star Wars.
Yeah.
At the cantina, mouthing off to Obi-Wan.
Right, gets his buddy's arm
dead. You'll be dead. He's that guy.
I'm
wanted on thy systems. Well, there we go. Our new segment, and in this one, it needed to be done dirty or needed to be done.
But in parentheses, also done dirty. It was also done dirty, but needed to happen.
Do you know how bad I want Jerry Jones to say that to Mike McCarthy? I know thee not, old man. Do you know how bad I want this to happen?
But that needs to happen. There's no fucking doing anybody dirty.
No, that just needs to happen.
You've had 4 seasons of Dallas Cowboys, of Jerry Jones getting you whatever you fucking want.
Yep.
And you get embarrassed by practically a rookie quarterback on a team that barely made the playoffs. That team that barely made the playoffs
at home.
A 7th seed, and you're the 2nd seed.
The first 7th seed to beat a 2nd seed, and I'm happy. I'm telling you, as a guy who
just beat them. If it was like a close game, you're like, hey, that's the NFL.
Ass whooping.
Fucking
ass whooping. Like
Micah Parsons needs to cancel his podcast at least until mid next season.
No question.
I don't want to hear from that.
What are you gonna fucking say? You got one pressure.
That fucker talks so much shit.
What pissed me off too was like they're down 28-0 or whatever, and CD Lamb starts showboating after a first down. Stop it. It was
Michael Irvin would showboat, but he was usually up when he was showboating.
And here's the difference. Michael Irvin, the Cowboys don't have that leader like him. They don't have that guy who's yelling at motherfuckers on the sideline.
They have Dak with his, here we go.
And then just sitting there like, like a deer in headlights on the sideline. They don't have that guy who, at least Michael Irvin, got in motherfuckers' faces from the opening of the game till the end of it. If it needed to happen,
they don't have any leadership.
They don't have a leader.
Them and the Eagles, neither
No
locker
leader.
room has leadership.
Nope, nothing. It's fucking.
What I would
brutal.
want to happen is I want Jerry Jones to call Dak Prescott into his office,
Right.
and just pull that "Here we go" hat off his head and literally drop his drawers and wipe his ass with it right in front of him, and then put it back onto his head.
Watery shit.
It's watery old man Depends full diaper shit. Just wipe his ass with it and then stick it back on his head,
Right in his
and
head.
push him out the door.
Have a good day, son.
Okay. I'd like go. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? So now we have to
go.
Here we go.
Fucking
dark
shit.
Now it's time for the darkest hour, Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Reggae music. Because, and now this is going to get racial. Because there's no question it's a white guy who's going to bring down reggae.
Has to be.
Because good reggae music is perfect. And bad reggae music is like, And I'm going to have to go Snow by Informer by Snow.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go Informer. You know, so that but it's no me, I'll go blame. I licky boom boom now. Believe that. What do you think? I'm going Snow.
See, I was going to go Snow.
Right.
And that's what my pick was. That's why I'm doing an audible right now, because that's what my pick was going to be.
Okay.
But I don't want us to double up, because I want us to have a discussion.
I like it.
I'm going to say a band that we swore we'd never talk about again on this show.
Oh, wait. For Rickelman's sake.
For Rickelman's
sake, we're not going to say the name. We're not,
just do some math and subtract 111 from 723.
Wait, no.
Is that right?
Is that right? No, wait.
No, 400
subtract from 433. No, from 422. Subtract 111 from 422.
And you'll have what we're talking about. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, Rickelman.
See, I think they do enough things. They're so shitty in so many other ways that they're not just reggae. Like, but that's all Snow had.
They jumped on the scene as that.
Right.
That was their original. That was
like,
their.
Right.
They've changed their shitty sound, still a different level of shittiness. Right. But when they came in, that's what they were.
And when again, we're talking 422 minus 111.
111.
422 minus 111. Gary Rickelman, you can't get mad at that.
Nope, you can't get mad at that.
We found the loophole. Man, have they been the darkest hour more than once?
Anytime you mention the darkest hour in music, I think they have to be in the conversation. I mean, maybe not always the darkest hour, but they're in the conversation.
They're somewhere.
They're somewhere lurking.
If you were to say just music's darkest hour, they're there.
There's a couple. I mean, I don't know if it's a slam dunk, but like I said, they're in the conversation.
Okay, here's what I think. Who's worse? Like, that's where you're like, okay, find me. It's kind of like the Cowboys fans saying we got to move on from Dak. Okay, well, who are you gonna go get?
Who are you gonna get?
So my question to the people who would say there's 422 minus 111,
yeah,
aren't the worst thing ever. Who is? Who's worse than that?
I mean, Creed. You have to mention Creed in that. They're in the same.
God, I think I'd listen to them just because it's funnier. It's funnier.
You can make
because
fun of it. You can make fun of it more.
The other one, 422 minus 111, you just can't. You can't even. They're just
so bad.
You've changed my mind. Snow can pop the bottle of champagne. He can uncork the champagne and pour it. They have yet again taken the crown. 422 minus
111.
And can I tell you how, you know what? They could have only had one song ever that could have been considered reggae, and they still take it. They still take it.
Because they dipped their toe in that pool. They fucked up the whole pool. It's like, it doesn't matter what size turd you drop in the pool. There's shit in the pool. Right.
And the band 422 minus 111
Right.
is absolutely that shit.
Layer that turd. It doesn't matter if the turd is like the size of a marble or a giant log. There's still shit in the pool.
They've done it.
And no one's going in that pool.
Well, there it is. We've now solved the darkest hour of reggae music, and it is the band 422 minus 111.
Minus 111.
Uh-oh. Eddie, are you sitting down?
Oh, no.
Gumbel-love! It's driving me mad. It's making me crazy. Gumbel-love! All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do some recent coaching changes. Nick Saban.
Oh. Saves?
Saves.
Saves?
Bands? No,
Saves.
saves. Bands? Saves. Pete Carroll.
Ooh, that's tough.
Rolls?
Carols?
Rolls?
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 Hey, rolls. Rolls?
Rolls, you regret passing the ball, Rolls.
Nope.
You regret calling that pass play in the Super Bowl, Rolls.
Right? Rolls? You should have run it, huh? How about that?
Probably just give it a little beast mode at the middle, Rhodes.
You could have 2 rings right now if you just give it the beast mode.
Got to just give
But you listen to that dipshit Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Rolls. Vitaly Potapenko. Pots?
Towels?
Pots?
Pinks?
Towels or pots, I think. Towels or pots.
Towels?
I like towels. Vitaly Potapenko. Towels?
Listen, towels.
Towels. Nowitzki kind of stole your thunder, didn't he, Towels?
No, towels.
Nowitzki kind of did the whole white guy European thing, huh? Kind of realized
If
that dream.
you guys were standing on a cliff and no one was looking, would you give a push?
Shovel Dirk off the cliff there as a
You shove
payback? Towels.
You shove Dirk's pals?
Dirk's pals.
You shove Dirk's pals?
All right, now we're going to go 2 shitty musicians are next, okay? I'm just warning you.
Okay.
So the singer of Everything is going to be all right. Rockabye. Sean Mullins.
Oh, Sean Mullins.
Mulls?
Lins?
Lins?
Sean?
Mulls?
Ons?
Mulls?
Mulls?
Ons? Mulls?
Ons? You can't do ons.
Ons?
Sean's?
Ons?
Sean Mullins? Ons?
Sean's? Ons? Mulls?
Mulls.
Okay, Dave Matthews.
Your music dry. Mulls, what's it like drying up every vagina in the house with your music?
Turning every pussy off, Mulls. What's it like just mopping up a divorced aunt pussy there, Mulls? Because that's all you get. Let's be honest. Mulls, you just get bitter divorced aunt pussy, Mulls. What's it like?
Mulls.
Dave Matthews.
Ooh.
Use? Math.
Use?
Math.
Math. Hey, Math, why do you talk between songs? Maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you shouldn't. How about not speaking? Because you're not funny. No one needs your little anecdotes between songs, Matt.
Now we're going to better musicians.
Okay, thank God.
Former Pearl Jam drummer Dave Abruzzi.
Oh, Breeze? Breezy?
Little too commercial, Breeze. Kicked you off. Kicked you out. You were too concerned with commercial success there, Breeze. Kicked you out there. Is that why?
Kind of regretting your takes, Breeze?
Kind of wish you just went along with the Ticketmaster war there, Breeze.
Just kind of shut your mouth and play drums, huh, Breezy?
Just drum, Breeze. It's a tough one. Flea.
Oh. E?
Flea? Lee.
E?
He would give Flea a nickname.
Flea? E?
He couldn't just call him Flea.
So you still think you can act, huh?
Lee's still kind of the weak point of the Big Lebowski, weren't you, Paul? Weren't you, Lee? Just kind of doing a Hans and Franz there thing, weren't you there, Lee? No, Big Lebowski, just kind of doing a bad Hans and Franz there, right, Lee?
Not really playing anything real, huh? Ease, huh, please, ease.
Yngwie Malmsteen. Moms? All right.
Now we switch sides.
That was pretty crazy. William Shakespeare.
Shakes
or Spears? Spears. Shakes.
Shakes does it for me. I don't know why. Shakes.
I would call him Billy Shakes if I knew him.
Hey, Billy Shakes.
Billy Shakes.
Billy Shakes.
Billy Shakes. Last one. This is a request from Born to Run, Anthony Flores.
Okay.
On my Twitch stream, on my Kick stream, at Retro Rocha, shameless plug. What would Bryant Gumbel have been like as the host of To Catch a Predator? Oh, surprise, surprise, I'm not 14. Is that what he...
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Have some pizza. Yeah. Eat some pizza. Why don't you have a seat and eat some pizza? Go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Have some pizza. Just...
just toying with this food before he goes in for the kill.
Pull up a stool. Pull up a stool and just, have some pizza.
A little nervous. Not what you were expecting from the chat room, was it?
Huh? No? Can I get you a soda pop while we're waiting?
Some pizza. Oh fuck!
You bought some pizza thinking I was going to be a 14-year-old girl, but I'm not. So why don't you just go ahead and have some pizza while we wait?
While we wait for the cops to get here.
We'll wait for the cops to get here.
Wait for the cops to show up there, pal. Why don't you just pull up a chair?
Why don't you show me what you were going to show that little girl? Why don't you pull that out? Let me see it.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
I'll show me yours. I'll show you mine.
We can still play this game.
You know, I got time.
I'm more than willing to listen to have you teach me how to French kiss. I'll be more than willing to be a pupil of yours if you really think you can teach me.
Please impart some wisdom on me. Please.
If you're confident in your French kissing teaching abilities.
I'm puckered up and ready.
All right. I'm sorry. That's a new title. I'm puckered up and ready. I'm puckered up. We can't. There's no other way. I'm puckered up and ready.
Just fucking wants to make out with the predator. Gumbel wants to fuck the predator.
He just fucks the predator. That's what happens. He ends up fucking the predator.
Why don't you treat me like you're going to treat that little girl?
I'll come over there. I'll sit on your lap. You can help me with my home. Tutor me in science. You want to give me a little science class? Tutor me. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
fuck. Look. I'm calling an audible. That's it. This is it. Everything else we're gonna get to on the next ramble.
My God.
We're ending
on Gumbel fucking the predator.
On Gumbel fucking the predator. I'm not wearing any underwear. How about you? That's what you wanted, right? How about you? I got a little bit more bush than you were expecting, but
you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you just get what you need.
I have a little bit more pubes than you were hoping for, but
there's some gray ones. There's some gray ones down there.
Some gray pubes down there. Probably not your thing, but. Where else are you gonna get Bryant Gumbel hosting To Catch a Predator? Where else? What other podcast?
Oh fuck! Oh
fuck! Well, there we go. My God, next Ramble, Eddie. 379.
Sure. With better Wi-Fi.
With better Wi-Fi, we'll finish our Super Nintendo game that should have been Matlock 4045, Matlock 4000. We'll go deep on early 90s music, and we will settle who would win between Mr. Belvedere and who's the boss. Woo. And the ending to that, you're not going to be prepared for. Let me just say that now.
Sir. No,
sir. Man. Well, Eddie, thank you for fighting through this with the Wi-Fi and all in your hotel.
Brutal.
Thank you all for tuning in. So we love you all. Stay safe out there. You know where to find us. You know where to love us. Do it. Until Friday, we'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Bye.